The Google Pixel 6 launched yesterday, and we're getting some massive backlash. But first, I gotta get out of this cafe. Check this out. Cafe up there, and this is how we get out of a cafe. And this is pretty normal here in Hanoi. Now, Mr. Who's the Boss yesterday published a photo and talked to us on Twitter about why he wasn't going to be covering the Google Pixel 6 launch being the first embargo, even though he's had hands-on time with it. And in the global content creator chat that I'm in with some really big content creators, we were sharing some of our thoughts about this whole dual embargo thing, what we disagree about it, why for a Google Pixel device specifically, the dual embargo thing seems absolutely terrible. And I want to kind of summarize this as short and as succinct as I can. Hanoi has only recently been open for like 2 weeks, and weekday, middle of the day, no one's here. This is normally full of people on a weekend, and it's so nice. But the first thing is that Google has a history of launching kind of beta products, or they release a Google Pixel, it comes out to the market, and features, bugs, and a bunch of just kind of overall like usability stuff for the device isn't flushed out yet. The fact that this device has been hyped up for so long, the fact that it's Google's own silicone, would make us hope that it launches closer to a final build. The next monumental letdown with all of this is that overall, we knew exactly what the hardware was. We knew the specs of it. We knew what the hardware was going to look like. The biggest surprise that we had yesterday about the hardware release was the fact that the Google Pixel 6 Pro uses stainless steel instead of aluminum for the side rails. And so for Google to be promoting all of the new software features in the device, the new real tone for the skin mapping, which that's a completely separate thing because I love what they're doing. I hate the way that they presented it. But the fact that we only get to know, or we only get to like learn about the things that Google has been telling us for 2 weeks from our favorite content creators is just rubbish. It's just absolute bullshit. On top of that, the fact that they didn't touch on things like battery size. They just said it was the biggest battery ever, not how much bigger it was than the previous device, not how much more screen time we were going to have compared to the other device. We had no information about charging, so we just have to assume that's going to be the same 18 watt power delivery charging that we had from Google in the past, but nothing touched on that, just that it's the biggest battery in a Pixel. Like, what was released yesterday other than what was ultimately a sad looking bunch of Google executives that didn't look like they wanted to be there? Specifically the dual embargo thing. I understand that Google is trying to make a splash with the launch of this device. I understand that they want the longest media cycle, and that's oftentimes why companies will do the dual embargo thing, because they want to stretch the news cycle for the device as long as they possibly can. And I get that. But would you rather have a week of mediocre Google Pixel coverage, or the day it's launched, give everyone hands-on, give everyone the ability to show off the awesomeness that Google has been working on? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Now that we briefly covered the actual dual embargo launch of the device, I want to talk about a little bit about the actual presentation itself, which was atrocious. It was terrible. It was a snooze fest. I'm a Google fan. I love stock Android. I love what Google does, or what Google is trying to do with their software. Actually, guys, check out this view. This is so beautiful. This time of year in Hanoi is like some of the best. Okay, but ultimately, this event was just over the top. It felt cramped. They were in like this really small shop. The Google shop, I didn't get the experience, I didn't get the feeling that this was like that exciting for the people even in the video, which is just not what we should be aiming for on a phone launch. And the next thing, on top of not being excited, the executives in these videos actively looked tired, out of shape, and just bored. I mean, Tim Cook, by comparison, in the Apple event, which was literally less than 36 hours before, looked like he was pounding CrossFit by comparison with the people in the Google ads. And Tim Cook looked like he had a ton of energy and was genuinely excited to present this to people. And I dislike Apple products. You guys think, was I too harsh on this Google launch, or did you guys enjoy it? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And until next time, it's been Mitchell. Peace. Ciao, ciao, Paul. Simile.